and welcome to Cozy News Corner for week 3 of 2026, your source for open source news. And let's kick on right into it and talk about some critical vulnerabilities from the Linux security blog. So here we first have Thunderbird, which has a critical arbitrary code execution. So if you're using Thunderbird, upgrade so you don't get an email that will execute code on your machine. Next up, we have CCP HTTP Lib, which is a critical HTTP access attack in it. So also a good thing to upgrade. Could cause unexpected behavior with specifically crafted network traffic. Next up, we have the Lib PNG, critical denial of service issue. So if you get a PNG image that has a very interestingly crafted message in it, it could be a denial of service for your computer. Next up, we have a denial of service in the URL lib3, a regression issue. And we also have another report in the Python lib URL. So I think these are connected to each other. Upgrade the libraries in order to get security there. Next up, we have a Git critical credential issue. So this is a way of extracting password from your Git repository because of a security issue. So upgrade if you're using Git. And next up, we have Python apt. So a denial of service in the fetching of app repositories. Really good to upgrade that as well. And last but not least, we have Firefox. And this is a sandbox escape and code execution. So if you're running Firefox ESR and you have sandboxed your execution and really want to have a secure environment, then something could break free from that environment and run computer code on your machine. So upgrade to the latest version. Next up, we're going to talk about the US government. And Python Software Foundation now accepts $1.5 million in funding from Claude AI. And after rejecting the US aid from the DEI, it's interesting that they take money from Claude AI, but as the Python language and also the Python community is such a big part of machine learning, TensorFlow, PyTorch, and so on, it's really interesting that Claude is supporting that development. And I think it's a really good thing. If Claude is a good partner to help this open source library, open source language, I'm not sure. But more money to open source is always good for future development. Next up, we have Lib Mint 22.3 Sina is available now with 2 new apps. So it looks something like this. If you're using Linux Mint, it's interesting for you, I guess. This is one of the different distributions that a lot of people that are leaving Windows is using because it's a simplified version of Linux. It's pretty good support and it's pretty familiar for you. So there is a new version out now. Next up, we have Android Power. Users can now run full desktop Linux environments without root access. So somebody have figured out how to run Linux on your Android phone and without rooting it. So it's very cool that you could start up a Linux desktop and run it on Android ARM64. I'm not really sure how this is, if it's just an app that you run it in or if it's a way of replacing the environment, but then it should have been rooting it. So that's interesting. Built in Rust. So an interesting thing to look into. I'm not going to do that with my Android phone, but still, if you have an interest in running Linux on your phone, this is a step forward. Next up we have OBS 32.1. I have been talking about 32 before, but this version has new audio mixer, and that is really needed because the audio mixer in OBS Studio have never been really that great, or at least I have not liked it that much. I really hope that they will support more things. WebRTC simulcast support, really nice as well, but this is just a beta, so it will not be in the released version. That is interesting that there is a new version out. I'm not sure what version I'm running. It's pretty old, so I should probably upgrade mine. Next up we have Tails, which is a distribution which comes with anonymity supporting softwares. So you have Mozilla Thunderbird and a Tor browser, and you can run your traffic to Tor. So if you want anonymity on internet, or if you want your system to have the tools available in order to run through a long tunnel in order to reach the internet, this is an interesting distribution, and it now comes with Debian Trixie. So that's the upgrade for this one. Next up we have Ubuntu 25.04. So the release that came in April of last year, Plucky Puffkin, is now reaching its end of life. So we should upgrade to the latest Ubuntu version, and we should see a new Ubuntu version coming out in beta releases pretty soon. If you're running Ubuntu, haven't upgraded yet, I'm not really sure why, then you should do it. Next up, we have Gnome 50 Alpha, and it's now available for public testing. And this is the first release that has only Wayland support. So we are closing in surely but securely into the Wayland. And I really hope that Wayland is ready for this, because the last time I tried Wayland, so many things broke in my normal workflow. So I'm really hoping that Wayland is more robust as it is. But we'll see. I'm not using Gnome as my desktop environment at the moment, so I'm not sure if that is going to be an issue for me. But I'm pretty sure that I will get a Wayland only supported desktop in the not so distant future. Next up we have Raspberry Pi Imager. So we have a new release of it, and this one supports larger drives. So yeah, if you're using the Imager, they released 2.0 not that long ago, and now 0.4 comes out. I have used it. It's really nice. The new GUI is top notch. It's much easier to flash drives and so on. So if you haven't started using it yet, and large drive support was something you were waiting for, or right reliability, then start using it. Next up, we have the Opera GX browser. This is something that I have seen a lot of streamers talking about, and they have also supported a lot of streamers and so on, done a lot of different marketing campaigns to gamers, and now they are claiming that they are working on a Linux version. So that's going to be interesting if it comes to Linux. Maybe Opera GX Gaming is a better browser choice for me in the future. We'll see. Next up we have Let's Encrypt, that now supports IP address certificates with 6-day lifetimes. I'm not sure if they had IP secure certificates with longer lifetime before. By reducing certificates lifetime from 90 days to 6 days, the impact of the compromised key is a limited rather design than the revocation. And this is something that is interesting, because the way of now revoking certificates have been solved. So having these really short certificates could be a way of making internet more brittle. Before, you created a certificate that could be for 3 years, for instance. And then if that certificate got if that certificate was broken by the keys leaking or something like that, then you had to revoke it. The mechanism for revoking was not really that great. So that's why they are shortening the lifetime of certificates. But now the revocation the revocation chain kind of mechanism is actually working, and there is a lot of support for it. So you could have certificates that are longer, but they are now shortening it. And what's the problem here? Well, if you have Let's Encrypt that needs to be renewed every 6 days, or they have also been talking about every other day, what happens if Let's Encrypt have an outage and they will be gone for 3 days or a week? Well, then you have the problem that a lot of websites will have certificates that are no longer valid, and that will look really bad. And in some cases, you have even software that are not allowed to connect if the certificate is not valid. So some things will actually start breaking. So having really short lifetimes of certificates, it's not a universally good thing. In some cases, it's really bad. Next up, we have the developer that claims that Photoshop installers now will work on Linux using Wine. So if you're a Photoshop user and you didn't switch to Linux because you needed to have support for Photoshop and really needed to use Photoshop, well, what are you waiting for? Now you can install it using Wine on Linux. So maybe that is another roadblock that has been removed for you in order to switch over to Linux. So this was week 3, everything that has happened during this week. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave those in the comment section down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. If you like this video, give it a like, share it with your friends and colleagues, and I really want to see you in the next video.